the $2,500 a day mining job most people don't know about. Welcome to Conversations in Mining, and today I've got Jess here from Beyond WA Resumes and Recruitment, and we are going to talk about the jumbo operator job that most people don't know about. Hi, Jess.
Hey, Andrew. I'm really excited to hear about this job because when I was working away in mining, that was always something that I was kind of thought I was going to work my way to, but life ended up throwing me kids and husbands and people to look after at home. So I never made it there. So I'm excited to hear about this role.
So the jumbo operator job is, especially the twin boom jumbo operator job, those people make around between 2.5 and I've heard of people making $3,000 a day. I believe you've got a friend that makes about $2,700 a day doing that job at the moment. When I first got into it at the end of 94, jumbo operators were making about $1,100 to $1,500 a day. First person I ever saw make $2,000 a day was in 1996. They had a couple of pays that were $2,200, and the tax man came in a big way for them with that one. But the big thing is that it's the pinnacle of the crew job underground. So you've got to go through all the other jobs to get there. So you're not talking about a 5-minute thing to get there. You're talking a 5 to 10 year career arc. But when you do get there, like I've got mates that are on even time rosters, so they only work 23 weeks of the year, and they're making well over $300,000 a year. And the reason that they make so much money is because they generate so much money for the employers. So generally speaking, like a Burncut or a Barminco or your contracting companies, they normally do between $5,000 and $10,000 meter advanced for a jumbo. So, for your shift, if you're getting 2 cuts a shift, you're generating the company anywhere for between $50,000 to $90,000 for your shift. So that's why you're getting paid $2,500 a day. So you just got to go through the crew to get there. But the money through the crew is really good all the way there. You can make, you start on between $400 and $500 a day as a nipper or a truck driver. Once they can leave you alone, it's between $500 and $600 a day. Then it's up onto service and pace crew. That's $550 to $850 a day. Then after that, you got charge up in the bogger. That's $700 to $1,000 a day plus. And then you're on to your jumbos from there. And the money accelerates.
Awesome. And what does a day in the life of a jumbo operator look like? Like what does your day look like? What kind of tasks are you doing? Is it an intensive job? Like what does your day look like?
It can be labor intensive. It depends on what you're doing. If you're just purely boring headings out, then it's a lot easier because you just get a clean heading to go to and you just bore straight out. If you're installing bolts and then having to bore out, depending on whether they give you an offsider to help you or you've got to jump on and off the jumbo yourself. If you've got to jump on and off the jumbo yourself, you won't need the gym because you will have done the Stairmaster all day. I was on a single boom for a year, and I had to do my own bolting and all that sort of stuff. Not that there were many steps, but you got your workout going up and down the steps every day. So it just depends on what setup it is. But in most big mines, they have a jumbo running around doing the bolting, and then they have another one running around doing the boring, and everybody follows everybody else around. If you're on the boring jumbo, that's the big paying job. And that all the pressure's on. You've got to make sure that your cuts come out, because if you've got a guy or a person that's pulling 4.5 meters or 4.6 meters out of a 5 meter round, and you've got somebody else that's only pulling 4.2 meters, the person pulling 4.2 meters isn't going to be on the jumbo for very long, because I know it only sounds like 40 centimeters, but at $5,000 to $10,000 a meter, that 40 centimeters over a period of time adds up to a significant amount of money. So you get all the money, but all the pressure's on you. So you got to perform. And that's the big thing about the jumbo operator job, is that, you've got to perform. There's no if, buts or maybes about it. And if you don't perform, they'll take you off it straight away.
Yeah, they're not going to give you chance. You're not going to coast along for a few months and get away with it if you're not getting results. You're going to be out of there and off doing something else, or out of there altogether.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of guys start jumbo jobs only last 3 days. Yeah. Happens all the time.
As Andrew said, we'll just reiterate again, it is a 5 to 10 year career goal. It is not something you're going to walk into. You're not going to know a superintendent and walk into a role like this. You are going to have to work your way up. And if you do it in the right way and you're good at your job and you're committed to that, it can be a 5-year plan, but most of the time it's between 5 to 10.
at the moment, with all the work that's around, you could probably nail it down into that 5 years if you're really committed to it, because there's a lot of opportunity around at the moment. But, generally speaking, over the last 30 years, most people, it takes 5 to 10 years to get in that I've seen. But yeah, I don't try and skip steps either, because there's nothing worse than seeing somebody on the jumbo lose all their credibility in a heartbeat when the crew finds out that they don't know how to charge up their own heading, or they don't know how to bog out their own heading, or whatever. So you need to do all the steps all the way through, so you can so you can do whatever you need to do to get the job done.
Awesome. So if you think that this is somewhere you want to go, and you think, wow, that really interests me, I love the sound of that, for the money or for the job or whatever you think, you have no idea what a nipper is, and you have no idea how an underground mine works, or what pathway you would need to get in there, reach out to Andrew or I. We're happy to go through a consultation with you, have a chat on the phone, and just go through kind of what it looks like and what you need to get in there. Obviously, the biggest thing would be education. Getting yourself educated with how an underground mine works, and actually what those roles are and what they look like, so that you can go in there and have an idea about what you're getting yourself into and know what you're talking about. And the second thing would be having your resume done, so that you can get through to that interview and be able to talk that talk with whoever's interviewing you.
Yeah, and you can use our 3-step plan that we've got going on between underground training and beyond WA to do all that. Everybody's rigged up to give you all the information that you need, and get your resume done so it's going to get read, and you get you ready for the interview.
Definitely.
No worries. So if you've got any more questions that you'd like answered about the industry, please send them through. And if you could share this information around, and like and subscribe to the channel. Thanks.
Thanks.